trouble up the water. He gonna trouble up the water. When it seems that everyone is worried for themselves, buying plans for fallout shelters, stocking up the shelves, living in the fast lane and staying high at night, thinking that by accident we'll blow out all the lights. Look now at the potter whose wheel is spinning round, shaping with her hands the past and future from the ground. Cups that will be filled and drunk, so warm in winter time. Plates and bowls for dinner served with candlelight and wine. She believes, by her work it's so easy to see that the future is more than the following day. It's fashioned securely in the clay.
Look now at the farmer working in his field, hoping that the sun and rain will guarantee his yield. Like a
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? Wonderful. I'm Reverend Tracy and delighted to welcome you here and to welcome our friends that are watching online. Everybody wave. Thank you for joining us in this wonderful community of support and love. And know that no matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here with us. So we have a great morning planned for you today. Our practitioner on platform is the very handsome Mr. Dracuella, also known as Reverend Drac, also known as the guy who plays the music once a month, and pretty much anything else that, and our board treasurer, and there are just all kinds of ways to participate in community, right? So thank you, Drac, for being here this morning. He'll do our reading and our opening invocation. We have, as you can see, some fabulous music coming your way from the Jacksons. Welcome back. This is the Sunday that the Jacksons play for us on a volunteer basis. So if you feel so inclined to donate to support their music, there is a tip jar up front, and we invite you to let them know just how much we love them. And let's start with a song, shall we? We're going to stand up. We're going to sing Spirit is in This Place. Lyrics are in your program.
We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are.
All right. I'm going to take all that love and joy and energy and bring it into that heart space. And I invite you just to close your eyes and let the sound of the bowl take you deep within. Into that place where we know the divine spark always flickers, always shines. That light within that is love and joy and wisdom. And breathing into this space, we know that you and I and Spirit are all one.
And so we know that God is present in everything, that Spirit moves through all living things, expresses itself through everything that exists. Of course it does, because it is existence itself, so how could it not? It is the very existence that each one of us is housed in, each one of us. And I know I am a part of this picture too, because without this force, this loving presence, I would not even be here. I wouldn't have these words to say, these words that really are not my own, that are just moving through me right here in this moment. So the truth is that in every moment, this Spirit, this God exists. It's speaking through it, it's moving through it, and it's breathing through it. And so if we open ourselves knowing this, if we truly do, we know that all that we are and all that moves through us is a part of this picture. And it expresses in the most practical, sometimes the most mundane things, because it's through many small things that great miracles occur. The miracle of love, the miracle of peace, the miracle of a new thought, the miracle of anything. This is moving through it. The very peace and joy and love that we are and that we express in our daily lives through little things that are practical are the Spirit itself. And isn't that a wonderful thing to know? To know that just handing someone a tissue, picking up a little piece of dirt off the road, if it's even that, it doesn't matter. That is Spirit expressing through a practical thing, a small thing. That is a big thing, that is love. So with this gratitude, knowing that who and what we are and the small acts and the big that we do is Spirit, we release this understanding in the world, knowing that it is right, it is true, it is all that is, and so it is. So we're talking about practical things today, treat and feet and all of that. At least I think that's going to be some of what's talked about. Okay, just making sure. So I have a few things in here that I think touch on that a little bit that I liked. First one is from our good friend Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind. I love this one. He says, of course, the theory of any scientific principle goes beyond its application. At any given stage of the unfoldment of that principle and the evolution of its accomplishments. If this were not true, there would be no progress in any science. The sciences are objectively real to us only insofar as we demonstrate them, and until demonstrated, they are suppositional, so far as practical results are concerned. If there is any field of research where the practical application is necessary, it is in the metaphysical field. The reason being that the principle of metaphysics seems less tangible to the average person than does the principle of other sciences. Very, very true. Now, this next one is from Charles Fillmore in the book Mysteries of Genesis. I love Charles Fillmore. The imagination is a very powerful faculty, and we must learn to discipline it if we would make it practical in serving our highest good. By following the inspiration of the supermind, or Jehovah, as he calls it, Jehovah consciousness, we can control the imagination and direct its work to practical ends. Like that. And this last one is almost poetic. I really like it. It's written by somebody named Neil Douglas Klotz, and the title is Prayers of the Cosmos, meditations on the Aramaic words of Jesus. Very interesting. And he says, in Aramaic, the prayer always directs us in a practical fashion. To make the experience of Abun useful, we need to create a place for this oneness to live inside. Then the light of Shem, the clarity or intelligence that arises in ultimate peace, becomes usable on an everyday basis, like light in a lamp. I love that, like light in a lamp. I invite the Jacksons to come forward. So happy you're here today.
Good morning. It's always good to get to come and sing for you guys. We brought a few songs with us to share that we wrote. They're actually some of our earlier stuff, some of the first songs that we ever wrote together. So this one is called The Knowing. Oh, how lucky I am when I open my eyes, as each new day begins with the knowing inside. Every sunrise I see, every flower and tree, every moment I feel that sweet presence in me. This is love. This is peace. This is love expressing through me. My heart is full because I know that I am loved and never alone. Every breath that I take while asleep or awake, I face no challenges alone. When I take time to pray, I feel joy through the day, and I know that I'm never on my own. Oh, how grateful I am for my family and friends. I see love's presence deep in their eyes, and the love that they share, and the love that we care is a gift from the Spirit on high. This is love. This is peace. This is love expressing through me. My heart is full because I know that I am loved and never alone. Every breath that I take while asleep or awake, I face no challenges alone. When I take time to pray, I feel joy through the day, and I know that I'm never on my own. Oh, how lucky I am when I open my eyes, as each new day begins with a knowing inside. Every sunrise I see, every flower and tree is a gift from the Spirit on high. This is love. This is peace. This is love expressing through me. My heart is full because I know that I am loved and never alone. I am loved and never alone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is fabulous. So I'm going to light the candle today for peace, and we have instead of me talking, I know it's hard to believe that I can get up here and not talk, but in honor of Martin Luther King Day, which is celebrated tomorrow, which is also the beginning of the season for nonviolence, which is the span of time between Martin Luther King's birthday and Gandhi's birthday. We're focusing on peace and what that means to us in this world, in this day and time. And we do so through a video of the monks' walk for peace. We have a song.
We arise before the daylight breaks, dust on our feet, hope in our hands. Long roads stretch beyond our sight, your kindness shows us where to stand. Through towns and fields, through joy and pain, we carry more than what we see. Every step a quiet vow, to walk with love, to walk as one. When the world feels torn apart and hearts grow tired, afraid and weak, we remember why we walk, because peace begins with me. We walk for peace, step by step, through the cold, through tears, through time, not to escape this wounded world, but to heal it one heart at a time. We walk for peace, hand in hand. Let compassion be our way, from silent prayers to open arms. Peace is born in how we walk each day. Strangers become familiar faces, sharing water, warmth and truth. Stories spoken without words, in gentle smiles and worn out shoes. We listen more than we explain. Let stillness teach us how to see that every soul we pass along is walking to just differently. In the weight of history's scars and the echoes of old pain, we choose not anger, not despair, but loving kindness once again. We walk for peace, step by step, through the doubt, through night and rain, not chasing dreams that live far off, but planting hope where we remain. We walk for peace, breath by breath, let mindfulness light the way. In every pause, in every step, peace is practiced, not just prayed. Peace is not somewhere else, not a finish line ahead. It lives in how we listen, in every word we never said. When we soften our reactions, when we choose to understand, the world begins to change its course through the kindness of our hands. Children laugh along the road, elders bow with knowing eyes. Different faiths, one shared wish to let suffering slowly subside. We bless the ground beneath our feet and those who walk with us in spirit, for no one walks this path alone when love is what we carry. We walk for peace, side by side, not perfect but awake and true. Every step a living prayer, for me, for them, for you. We walk for peace today, right here, in families, streets and homes, because the path to peace on earth is walked by human hearts alone. So when the road feels long and hard and the world feels heavy still, just breathe, be kind, take one more step. That is how we walk for peace.
So there are some copies of the lyrics out there. I'm happy to post them on Facebook, and I'll also make more. If you would like some, I'll have them for you next week. But what I would invite you to do is look this song up, look this video up, and pick a stanza that speaks to you. Just pick a line that speaks to you. Something like, that peace comes through human hearts alone, and that you just take one more step. That's where it begins. That's how it starts. That's how we bring peace into the world. So the title today is Choosing Possibility. And when we choose possibility, we're, by definition, looking beyond what's actually happening. Because if there were only what is actually happening, we'd never change, we'd never grow, nothing would ever be different. But we have an imagination, and we have the ability to think, and we have the ability to know that something greater is at work. We know that there are options that have not yet been revealed. We know that there are steps that maybe we have not yet taken, or things we simply don't know yet. When we want to speak of choosing possibilities for peace, we really come back to the practice of science of mind principles, the spiritual principles that we live by as we seek to create a world that works for all. And it requires that we stay aligned with, in touch with, aware of the greater spiritual perspective on life beyond what we see happening right in front of us. The ego deals with the material world, right? In ancient traditions and in the Christian tradition, the cross is the symbol of spirituality. And the line that goes across, the horizontal line, is that material world. It's what we deal with on the surface. It's our humanity. And the vertical line is the spiritual connection that we have from on high, metaphorically speaking, down into the world. And so we know that we are expressions of a spiritual truth, and as much as we can know and embody that truth, that is how much we can bring into the world. And so if we stay on the level of the ego, that horizontal plane, that's all about fight and defend. That's all about react and retaliate. That's the ego trying to keep you safe at the expense of everyone else, because that's the only way it knows to survive. But the greatest teachers in life have always taught that spiritual wisdom does not require a fight. That spiritual wisdom and a sense of unity allows us to move in love, quietly, compassionately, with kindness, with wisdom, with clarity, with a sense of purpose. And in doing so, we are actually more powerful than those who seek to fight or to dominate. Ernest Holmes says, "We are the chemists in the laboratory of the infinite. What then shall we create?" As we talk about cooperating with the cosmos this month, we're talking about the basics of science of mind, and we're talking about the creative process. How do we create a life that is good for us and does no harm? The season of nonviolence is all about moving through the world without violence in speech or action or thought. It requires a certain level of awareness to make sure that we're not in reaction, that we are choosing a response that comes from the strongest place in us, which is our love, which is our spiritual awareness, which is that truth that we come to practice as best we can. So I have a picture from Reverend Scott Aubrey, who writes source material for Centers for Spiritual Living, and he says, "I want you to picture a bunch of balloons floating on the breeze. Red ones, green ones, yellow ones, blue ones, big ones, little ones, round shapes. Balloons. Just air assuming different forms and appearances. All uniquely different in the way they look, and yet each one is simply a means of enclosing limitless space. In a sense, our thoughts and our experiences are like those balloons. Life can become to us only what we allow it to come through us. And the becoming, the manifesting, is the passing of the wholeness of spirit into expression in our lives through the form of thought that we give it. Our pattern of thought is the mold through which the stuff of universal energy flows into our experience. So the creativity of the universe flows into our experience, our balloon, through our consciousness. A balloon will take some shape, some form, regardless of what you fill it with, helium or your own hot air. And you know, our life experience also will take on a particular form or shape, whether the thoughts we fill it with are limiting, distorted thoughts, or they are loving, empowering, abundant thoughts. We are simply a container. Our consciousness is a container for the air that is the spiritual essence that is everything. And we remember, too, that the forms of expression come and go, but what fills that balloon is eternal. That is essential. It does not change. And there's no limit to what we can create, except the limitations that we ourselves impose on our experience. The thing is, we're creatures of habit. We're always blowing air into the same old balloons. See, you know, don't you? Because that's what we've always done. And yet, we know better, right? So he says, we think we're going to catch cold from a draft or from wet feet, but there's scientific evidence to the contrary. Science has found that having wet feet does not give you a cold. Going outside with wet hair does not give you a cold. How many of you heard that growing up? Yeah, How about going swimming after eating a meal will not give you a cramp and make you drown? Did your auntie not remind you not to go swimming after you ate so that you would not drown? Reading in low light does not damage your eyes. It isn't the condition as much as the fear evoked by the condition that produces the condition. But we go right on inflating old balloons. Jesus called it putting new wine into old wineskins. We're limited in life, but not by our true nature, only by our false ideas about life. The balloons of negative beliefs that we are forever inflating, or that are inflated around us that maybe we don't question. Limitation is an experience of humankind, but it does not define us as much as it misrepresents us. It just misrepresents us. It's just not the whole clear picture of who we are and who we are in and as life. So we want to bring spirit into the world, that intersection of the spiritual and the divine. We want to make sure that spirit holds sway, that the larger perspective is what we're operating from, that the deeper love, the rooted, the groundedness in what is real but invisible is where we're coming from. So we need new balloons. And I came across a writing, a Buddhist writing that talked about how to make change with wisdom. And in the season of nonviolence, when we're talking about diffusing something that might turn into a fight or something that is already a fight, when we're talking about moving without violence in our word, thought, and deed, the idea that we can make change with wisdom instead of with a fight is very appealing. It's something that speaks to what we teach in Science of Mind. So this article pulled out 3 elements: right speech, non-harming, and avoiding intoxicants. Don't worry. It has nothing to do with wine. Not in my world anyway. Okay, so right speech. We are called to commit to constructive dialogue. Okay, so 2 key words there. Dialogue, that means back and forth. That means listening, speaking in turn. Constructive means not destructive, not as conflict. So, right speech means that we reject exaggeration and fear-mongering, that we do not dehumanize anyone, that we speak only with respect, no matter who we're speaking to or about, and that we speak with purpose. In other words, choose our words. We know in Science of Mind the power of the word, that to speak something is to speak it into being. And so it would make sense that if we want more peace in the world, we need to speak peace. And if we are confronted with someone looking for a fight, it does not mean that we have to engage just because we were invited to the fight. Language can be a tool for transformation. That is the air I want to fill my balloon with. I want my language to be transformative, towards the good, uplifting, making space, listening to people where they are without judgment. It doesn't mean I have to agree. It doesn't mean I have to do what they do. It doesn't mean I have to fight because they're being absolutely ridiculous. But what it does mean is I can let someone be heard, which is healing in and of itself, and I can be somewhat detached. In other words, I'm not here to fix you. I may not even be here to fix the world, but I can certainly be aware and conscious and discerning in what I say and how I show up. The second one is non-harming. And this also talks about being disengaged, but not as in we ignore what's happening in the world. That's not the point. But it's taking our actions, speaking our truth without contributing to the hate, to the divisiveness, to the antagonism, to the judgment. It's speaking about justice without adding to injustice. It's about not being the mirror of the harm we want to change. Right? That whole retaliation. The ego says, oh, you called me a name, I'm going to call you a name back. And I have a better name to call you. Right? It's not that kind of contest. It's not that kind of contest. So if we can remember not only our own humanity and our tendency to want to defend and choose to do something different, we can also respect the humanity of whoever we're dealing with or whatever situation or relationship or experience that we want to change, and see it as a whole picture, as an expression of life. As Holmes says, it's the spirit that's inside of everything. And I can know that no matter what you're saying to me. It's hard sometimes. And it's hard a lot of the time when it's right here. But the truth is, the more we practice disengaging from a need to react, from a need to fight, from a need to defend, if we disengage, if we go into our own stillness and remind ourselves of the greater peace that lies within, remind ourselves of the people working for peace, walking for peace, speaking for peace, remind ourselves of the beauty in the world and the joy in the world, the new babies, the songs, the crowds of people singing together, all of the things that fill us up. If we remind ourselves in the stillness that those things are true, then we will have less of a need to fight and defend. Because the truth is, over time, over distance, in our own hearts, that expression of and as love and compassion is more powerful than angry words could ever be. And the last one is to avoid intoxicants. Now, yes, in the Buddhist tradition, that does refer to alcohol and drugs. However, in the metaphysics of the world, which is my chosen path, the intoxicants are the outrage and the fear, right? Because when you get triggered, don't you just ride that high? Don't you just take off with it if you're not paying attention? It's addicting. It's why we do what they call doom scrolling. Any late night Facebook readers? Just, yeah, And have you got your feed set up so that basically you're seeing cute animals? Or are you seeing all of the political commentary at 11 o'clock at night? See, we have to be discerning. We need to choose. We need to monitor our media intake, right? We need to limit our exposure a little bit to the noise of the world. We want to ask ourselves, does this empower me? Or does this fuel rage or despair? Now again, we're not talking about spiritual bypass. We're not saying, oh, la, 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 the world is fine. It's not fine. And we are called to show up. But I want to show up from a place that knows that love is powerful, that kindness matters, that compassion heals. I want to show up informed and grounded. Because I want to be like the willow. I want to be secure in my roots so that I can bend with the wind, so that I can offer shade, offer shelter from the rain, and not break. What I don't want to do is take in everything that is angry and divisive and scared and make it my own. I have enough of that on my own. I don't want to add to it. And I certainly don't want to be the one who adds it to the world. So I don't deny the facts of what's happening out there. I just don't let my inner peace be affected by the noisy chaos. And that takes practice. That takes practice. Gary Zukav writes that choosing is the act of creation. The most important choices you make are the choices about how you see yourself in the universe and your relationship to the universe. How do you see yourself in life and your relationship to life? Those are the choices that create possibility for us. Right? That was just for Haley. Raymond Charles Barker says, those who know they are the inlet and the outlet of ideas, born of a larger mind and a greater love, become the vehicles of spirit. We become that vertical channel of spiritual inspiration, of the greater idea, of the larger love, for it to come into our material experience. We are how it happens. We are the steps taken for peace. We are unconditional love expressed. We are the light of the world. So here's my challenge to you for this week. For this 1 week, practice mindful speech. Pay attention, be aware if you are in reaction or if you are responding from love. Every conversation, every situation, all your relationships, pay attention to your own speech. And then I would invite you to pick one conversation this week to choose to listen without looking at the argument. To choose to listen simply to be present. And do yourself a favor. You can practice on an easy conversation. Somebody coming up to you and saying, I love you, probably is pretty easy to accept without looking for an argument, right? But practice listening to someone maybe you don't agree with, or maybe you don't know very well, or maybe you really want to know why they think the way they do. And just listen. And then I also invite you to observe your media diet, right? If you've got that package of conspiracy theories, put them back in the pantry. Try something else that's a little healthier for you, right? So we're going to choose possibility in the greatest spiritual sense of the word. The possibilities that exist within us, the infinite realm of what can happen. When you are confronted with a situation that seems like you have two bad choices, remind yourself, there are a gazillion ways something can go. right? There can be a plot twist. There could be a new character introduced. There could be a science fiction element added to the movie. But the point is, anything can happen. Why not be willing to expect the good? Why not be willing to say, wow, this does not feel good right now, and yet I trust there is a way forward that is for the highest and best of all. So we can choose to be an emissary of peace. We don't have to walk from Texas to DC to do that. But we do have to walk with awareness through the connections in our own lives. We can choose to be an emissary of love, to simply model what it looks like to respond in a loving, compassionate, kind way. Like the reading said, big or small, they all matter. They all add up to more love. We can fill our balloons with thoughts inspired by compassion. We don't have to think the same old way. We don't have to react the same way we always have. In fact, we're better off if we don't. Remember that creating change, working for peace, working for justice, working for kindness, it doesn't have to be a fight against something. Ask yourself instead, what am I building? I'm asking you, what will you create this next week? Namaste. So I invite you to join me in a moment of prayer. Breathing in and breathing out, simply allowing that breath of life to move through you, to fill you, to remind you of the wholeness of life that moves through you each and every day. That every breath is an inspiration, a taking in of spirit. And every exhale is an expression, a putting out there into the world what spirit is to you. And so as we breathe this life, as life breathes us, let us know, let us be aware, let us consciously choose to breathe in spirit and to express out all that spirit is in our own world. The love, the wisdom, the clarity, the joy, the connection, that sense of wholeness. Let us choose to take part in the tapestry of life as a brightly colored thread, visible, part of the pattern, part of what makes the world beautiful. For each and every one of us is, in fact, a thing of beauty. Let us move through the world as if that were so. And it is so. How good it is to walk together, to remember the greater truth, to see the light no matter how dark the clouds, to know that love is the true power and we are that. And so in gratitude for the words spoken in peace, for the kindness offered, for the compassion expressed, for the love that simply binds us all together, I am grateful. And know that we carry this out into the world, for the light that we are within is the light that we bring to all. And it is good and very good. And so it is. So I invite you to open your programs to the affirmation. And if you will, repeat after me. God is, therefore I am. I declare that my life is expanding. In health, wealth, love, trust, and more. I am grateful for this truth now. And so it is. All right, let's invite the Jacksons back up for a little more music, please.
Well, hi, everybody. Good to see everybody here.
I know.
Boy,
Wow.
there's just nothing to say.
Yeah, truly.
Nothing to say. Wow. We're going to put a little rhythm out there, okay? Because rhythm seems to be something that, in some ways, it's infectious and
We like it. We like rhythm.
we like it. That says it. Okay, this is called There Is a Love. She has a drum, but if you wanted to tap your toes or or play
Or
your
get up
thigh
and dance,
or something like that. Some people can do things with their. I'm not going to go any farther than that. Anyway, we'll see what we can do here. You got to warm up.
There is a love that's everywhere, inside of you, inside of me. It is the air that I breathe, and everything we need. It's the essence of our life, the river of our dreams. And because of that love, we have the key to everything. It is creation which astounds, and its power has no bounds. It has brought us all we know, and is with us where we go. It's the endless sky above, and created us with love. And I'm one with the spirit that lives within my soul. There is a love deep inside of you. If you take the time, you can feel that it's true. It is the source of everything we need, down to the voice with which our heart will sing. There is a love that's everywhere, inside of you, inside of me. It is the air that I breathe, and everything we need. It's the essence of our life, the river of our dreams. And because of that love, we have the key to everything.
So I'm taking it you lost your rhythm.
Oh my, that's fabulous. Just fabulous. Thank you so much. Good to be reminded that it's all inside of there, right? How many of you think you can't dance? We can all dance. Okay, good. This is good. How many of you think you can't sing? We try. We can sing. Okay, I was just checking. All right, so let's invite our ushers to come forward, please. And we're going to bless the opportunity we have to contribute to this community that supports us, and we in turn support it. So know that the gifts you give in love are simply spreading love out into the world in many different ways. So if you will, say with me our prosperity affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. And do know, too, that if you are online, you can donate through our website, or also the weekly e-blast has a donate button that allows you to do it online. You can also text to give. The phone number is on the cards in the back of the room, so that just in case you're not here on a Sunday, you can still donate to your favorite spiritual center. That would be us. All right, so we're going to do a couple extra things today. I'm going to go through the announcements and the invitations as I always do, and then we're going to close our filming, our online presence, and we're going to invite you up for call to prayer. We were going to do this last week when I actually spoke about prayer, but the minister forgot. So we're going to do it this week. So here's how. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Let's talk about what's happening first, coming up. So I want to say, first of all, thank you to Tori for our beautiful flowers today. Thank you very much. You get to take those home with you. Thank you. Bright colors. You know, you can specify the colors you want. You can also give them in honor of someone or something, an anniversary or a person. That's perfectly fine also. But we get to enjoy them on Sunday morning, which is lovely. Sign-up sheets for flowers are in the back. We have a couple events happening today after service with our Unity friends. So they have, sorry, I'm going to get the words out in a minute. There's a flyer in the back for Conversations with Ruth. This is after their service at 3 o'clock today here in the chapel. And it's with Ruth Broyd Sharon. She is a filmmaker, an author, an interfaith activist, has a wonderful presentation style, and she will be here today in the afternoon doing like a question and answer conversation with people, an interfaith conversation, so we are invited to that. We're also invited at 5 o'clock here in the chapel for Soul Connections, which is run by a member of the Baha'i faith here in the Claremont community. So that too is a conversational gathering, and we are invited to that. Again, flyers in the back if you would like a reminder of the time. We have an interest sheet in the back for a foundations class. So if you are somewhat new to Science of Mind, if you've not had a class with us before, it's a great way to get a little more clarity and practice with the principles that we teach. We're looking just to see who might be interested in taking it. We don't have dates or anything yet. We just want to make sure we have enough folks to have a class, and then we'll figure out, based on those people, what the best schedule is. So there's an interest sheet in the back. Please put your name and number on there so we can see how many people we might have. And as soon as we have enough, we'll have a class. We also have a sign-up sheet for Spiritual Economics, which is beginning soon in February. Yes? February 3rd. Spiritual Economics uses a book by the same name by Eric Butterworth. And it is a shift in consciousness about how you look at abundance. So if you would like to see a little more flow in your life and a little less inflow, more inflow and a little less outflow, or at least know that the flow continues, any of those steps, this is a really great class. And it's a very hands-on, get clear for yourself, release those obstacles that keep you from feeling like your life is abundant, or that maybe you need more abundance of anything, not even just money. It could be time, it could be creativity, it could be connection, whatever it is. This is a really great class, really great class. So that starts in February, and again, there's a sign-up sheet and a flyer in the back. Let's see. How many of you, anybody come to Reiki yesterday here at the chapel? Yeah, we got some hands up. That's great. Our next one will be on Saturday, February 21st. And if those of you that came, you feel better now? I see 2 hands in the back. Imani's like, yes! It's a fabulous, fabulous experience. So, all right. Anything else on announcements? You know what, Haley? If you give that to, did Mickey walk to the back? Hey. Oh, come on up. You can put it in right now. Yeah, go ahead right now. Just a reminder that the Jacksons have a jar out today. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you. All right. Good job. Okay. You started something, Haley. That's great. All right. Got some more. Yep, that's the one. Right in there. Go for it. Thank you, everybody. We are abundant. Yes, we are. All right, so I am going to say goodbye to our online friends. I'm going to invite the practitioners and ministers to come up front, please. And I'm going to do a little bit of reminder of how this works. So here's the thing. When you want prayer, usually it's because something isn't going right. It could be because something is going well and you want to celebrate, but usually it's because you're asking for a little help or a little clarity or just a little support. And the best way to know that prayer is going to work for you is to make sure that you attach yourself to the feeling of what it is that you want. So whatever the story, whatever the circumstance, whatever the issue, the bottom line is you want to end up feeling something different. And the question you want to ask yourself is,